And after more than 2 decades as the best-selling beer in the U.S., Bud Light giving up that title to Modelo in May after boycotts in the wake of the brand's decision to partner with a trans influencer and the controversy that continues to follow.
Bud Light was the undisputed king of the U.S. beer market for decades, with its low-calorie, easy drinking, and widely available features. But in recent years, a challenger has emerged from south of the border, Modelo, a Mexican-style lager that has won over millions of American consumers with its rich and full flavor. In this video, we will see how Modelo overtook Bud Light as the second most popular beer in the US and what factors contributed to this remarkable feat. First of all, let's take a look at the history of these two brands. Bud Light was introduced in 1982 as a low-calorie version of Budweiser, the flagship beer of Anheuser-Busch, the largest brewing company in the world. Budweiser was first brewed in 1876 by Adolphus Busch, who wanted to create an American-style lager inspired by the beers of his native Germany. Budweiser became a national success thanks to its distinctive taste, quality ingredients, and innovative packaging. However, by the late 1970s, Budweiser faced increasing competition from light beers, gaining popularity among health-conscious consumers who wanted to reduce their calorie intake. In response, Anheuser-Busch launched its light beer, which would have the same smooth and drinkable flavor as Budweiser, but with less alcohol and fewer calories. Thus, Bud Light was born. Bud Light quickly became the most popular beer in the US, thanks to its light and refreshing taste, massive marketing campaigns, and sponsorship of major sports and entertainment events. Bud Light's marketing strategy focused on appealing to young and fun-loving consumers who enjoyed socializing and having a good time. Some of the most memorable slogans that Bud Light used over the years include "The perfect beer for whatever happens," "Here we go," and "Dilly Dilly." Bud Light also sponsored various events and programs that attracted millions of viewers and fans, such as the Super Bowl, the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and Saturday Night Live. Bud Light dominated the US beer market for decades, with no serious challengers in sight. According to Statista, Bud Light had a market share of 27.2% in 2019, making it the best-selling beer in the country by far. On the other hand, Modelo was first brewed in 1925 in Mexico City by Grupo Modelo, a Mexican brewery that also produces Corona and Pacifico. Modelo Especial, the brand's main product, is a full-flavored lager with a smooth and crisp finish. It is made with premium hops, malt, yeast, and water, and has an ABV of 4.5% and 145 calories per 12-ounce serving. Modelo was initially popular among Hispanic consumers in Mexico and the US, but over time it expanded its appeal to a broader audience, especially younger and more diverse drinkers. According to the study by Kantar Millward Brown, Modelo is the most preferred beer brand among millennials in the US, surpassing Bud Light and Coors Light. Modelo also has a loyal fan base among non-Hispanic consumers, who appreciate its quality and authenticity as a Mexican beer. In 2013, Anheuser-Busch InBev acquired Grupo Modelo, making Modelo part of the same global portfolio as Bud Light. However, unlike Bud Light, which has seen its sales decline in recent years, Modelo has continued to grow and gain market share. According to IRI data from Beer Marketers Insights, Modelo's sales volume increased by 14.4% in 2020, while Bud Light's decreased by 5.7%. So, how did Modelo manage to overtake Bud Light in sales? Well, there are several reasons for this remarkable feat. One of them is demographic change. According to Statista, the Hispanic population in the US grew from 16% of the total population in 2010 to 18.5% in 2020 and is projected to reach 22% by 2030. This means there are more potential customers for Modelo, which strongly connects with Hispanic culture and heritage. Modelo is not just a beer, It's a symbol of pride and identity for many Hispanic consumers, who see it as a reflection of their values and aspirations. Moreover, Hispanic consumers tend to be younger and more loyal to their favorite brands than non-Hispanic consumers, which gives Modelo an edge over Bud Light. According to a report by Nielsen, Hispanic consumers spend 13% more on beer than the average shopper, and they are more likely to buy beer from the same brand repeatedly. They also prefer imported beers over domestic beers and are more influenced by word of mouth and social media recommendations than other consumers. These factors make Modelo a very attractive brand for Hispanic consumers, who account for a large and growing segment of the US beer market. Another reason for Modelo's success is its ability to adapt to changing consumer preferences. While Bud Light has stuck to its traditional formula of being a light beer with a 4.2% ABV and 110 calories per 12-ounce serving, Modelo has diversified its product portfolio to offer different options for different occasions and tastes. For example, in 2014, Modelo launched Modelo Chelada, a ready-to-drink beer cocktail made with tomato juice, lime juice, salt, and spices. This product caters to consumers looking for more flavor and variety in their drinks. Modelo Chelada is inspired by the Mexican tradition of mixing beer with fresh ingredients to create refreshing and delicious beverages. There are 4 varieties of Modelo Chelada: Especial, Tamarindo, Picante, Limon y Sal, and Mango y Chile. Each one has a unique and distinctive taste that appeals to different palates. In 2019, Modelo introduced Modelo Negra, a dark lager with a rich and smooth taste. This product appeals to consumers looking for more premium and craft-like beers. Modelo Negra is brewed with roasted malts, caramelized sugars, and noble hops, giving it a deep amber color and a balanced flavor. It is perfect for pairing with food or enjoying on its own. And in 2020, Modelo launched Modelo Reserva, a line of barrel-aged beers infused with tequila or bourbon flavors. This product targets consumers who are looking for more sophisticated and indulgent beers. Modelo Reserva is aged in oak barrels that previously held either tequila or bourbon, imparting complex and nuanced aromas and tastes to the beer. It is a limited edition product showcasing Modelo's brewers' craftsmanship and innovation. A third reason for Modelo's success is its effective marketing strategy. Unlike Bud Light, which has relied on humorous and sometimes controversial ads to promote its brand, Modelo has focused on highlighting its quality and authenticity as a Mexican beer. For example, one of its slogans is "Brewed with a Fighting Spirit," which reflects the brand's values of courage, perseverance, and passion. The slogan is inspired by the story of Modelo's founder, Pablo Diaz, who fought against the odds to establish his brewery in Mexico City during the Mexican Revolution. Additionally, Modelo has invested in sports marketing, especially in mixed martial arts and boxing, 2 of the fastest-growing sports categories in the country. By sponsoring popular fighters such as Conor McGregor and Canelo Alvarez, Modelo has associated itself with winners who embody the brand's fighting spirit. These fighters are also role models for consumers who admire their skills, determination, and charisma. The fourth and final reason for Modelo's success is its strong performance during the COVID-19 pandemic. While Bud Light suffered from lower sales due to lockdowns, closures of bars and restaurants, boycotts from conservative groups, and increased competition from hard seltzers, Modelo managed to increase its sales by offering convenience, value, and refreshment to consumers who were looking for comfort and escape during these challenging times. According to Nielsen IQ data from consulting firm Bump Williams, Modelo captured 8.7% of overall beer sales for the 4 weeks ending on July 1st, 2021, surpassing Bud Light's 7% share. One of the reasons for this impressive performance is that Modelo was able to leverage its strong presence in the off-premise channel, such as grocery stores, convenience stores, and liquor stores, where consumers were more likely to buy beer during the pandemic. Another reason is that Modelo offered consumers a sense of familiarity and nostalgia during uncertainty and change. Modelo's classic and consistent taste reminded consumers of happier times and simpler pleasures. So, what does this mean for the future of the beer industry? It means that the US beer market is going through a transformation driven by demographic, consumer, and competitive forces. Bud Light, the undisputed leader for decades, faces serious challenges from new entrants and changing tastes. Modelo, a rising star for years, is seizing the opportunity to become the new favorite among American beer drinkers. And that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more beer-related content. Also, let us know in the comments what you think about Modelo's success and Bud Light's decline. Do you prefer one over the other? Why or why not? We'd love to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Cheers!